to school for the fall semester with Adobe Office Hours. What's up, Nick?
Yeah. What's going on, man?
Happy back to school day. I think that today is your first day back, right?
Yesterday was. We got day one in the books. All new students, all new classes. Yeah, it's great.
It's great. We're back.
Summer's over, guys.
Over,
I hate to tell you.
Hate to say it. So today we are going to be talking all about how to get ready for this fall semester if you're going back to school. If not, there's still a fall semester happening. You can level up your creative careers. You can kind of figure out what you need to do. And we're also going to talk about a really cool new feature that is in the Adobe Illustrator beta. I was just hanging out with James Barnard yesterday, and he said beta, and it made me happy.
Is that how it's pronounced?
Yes.
Differently?
Beta.
We're going beta all the time. That sounds great.
So, chat, if you have not gotten the beta build of Illustrator yet, let me show you real quick where you can get that. And then we're going to hop right in, talk about this really cool new tool, and then we'll come back and talk about some of the other stuff that we're going to do today.
Yeah.
So, this is where you find it. You go to apps right over here, and this is in the Creative Cloud desktop app. You can go over here to apps, and then you can scroll over to beta, right there. You don't even have to scroll over. It's the next one over.
Look for the little beaker and the little, the scientific lab thing.
And then you can kind of scroll through, see all of these are available to you. So they're all available to you. They're all versions that are open and ready to test for anyone. And you can see here that this one, Illustrator, has experienced the latest features before anyone else. Ooh.
No one's touched this yet, guys. Hot off the press.
Hot off the press. Not a
you will
single
be the first.
person has downloaded this. Yeah, you'll be the absolute first one. So we're going to show you a new tool that is in Illustrator in the beta version. And what I'm going to do is let's go ahead and let's open up what we were working on for Office Hours. So for Office Hours, we have a new friend. If I come back to here, hold on.
Ooh, I can't wait to see this.
There we go.
So the examples you can use here are so much fun.
You can see a little guy down there. His name is Benny, and he is he's kind of the mascot for the show. He is a trash bin. But we created him in Adobe Illustrator. But let's say that we want Benny to maybe be at a different angle, right? And so all we need to do is we're going to come in here and select all the pieces that we want and then group them together. So I'm going to paste. There we go. I'm going to paste a version of Benny over here. And then all I need to do now is select Benny. Y'all, you're not ready for this. It's so good.
Have you tried it with Benny yet? I think you did.
I have.
Yeah.
So you're going to select him and then go to Object and then go down here to Turntable. Right here on Object. And click there. It is going to use a generative credit. We're going to hit OK. And it is going to use generative AI to figure out what this guy could look like in different angles.
Or even just 360.
Or even just 360.
In a way. Yeah. You pick the angle. I think this is the one area. I've seen so many friends and people in design going like, this is the stuff I can get behind because it's such a time saver when it comes to your original art being needed in a different angle or a different position.
Yep.
It's fantastic.
So it is vector. So you see here it is generating vectors.
Wow.
It is going to stay within a vector workflow. It's not going to rasterize anything or turn anything to pixels. We're staying within a vector workflow, which is really cool. Taking a hot second here to work through it. He's
got a lot of little paths and everything in there. He's also lines plus shapes. There we go.
Complicated. Okay, so we have our Benny right here. So I'm going to zoom in here, and then we're going to select him. And then, oh no, did it go away? Hold on.
There it is.
Go to Turntable, and now when I click and drag, watch this.
Oh my God, look at that. Look at the shadows, how they change. Oh my gosh.
Right? So then if I wanted to, I also can click on these up and down arrows.
Yeah.
And so if we wanted a little bit of a different angle, we can go up there, and then we can rotate Benny into a different angle. I like how it's kind of pulling the eyes out to have some dimension.
Look at how good. Oh, that's amazing.
It's
pretty
cool.
Eyes. So the idea is you can put it to any step you want, and now it is. You should show it in preview mode to show that there it is.
Yep.
Look at that.
Fully in vector. I wonder looking at Turntable in preview mode. Ooh.
Oh man, that's a whole other vibe.
So even if you're just looking for different angles for your art, this is a really great way to kind of expand something that is just one thing into a whole bunch of other things.
So that's been expanded now?
Yep.
Is that what you did? Okay, cool.
So what I also did is I came over here, and this is Rowdy the Royal. He's a lion. And this is one of my friend's illustrations. So he did this illustration in Photoshop. It was raster. But I came in here, and I just did a quick little auto trace on it. So I went in, did image trace, put like high fidelity photo, and then went and did a turntable on him. And check this out.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Look at the backpack.
Right?
Look at that. I tried this with a 16 color image trace of just a photo. If you guys have like your own photo or your own headshot, you want to change it up a little bit.
Yep.
It works just like this. And so at any given time, do the Command Y and see it. Because like, look at how complex that is. There's so much going on. And oh, that's just wonderful. I think this is the fastest to market thing they've ever showed us at Sneaks.
Yeah, because this was Sneaks last year, so this has been less than a year.
Less than a year, and we've got it in our beta. And look, it's figuring things out. I know it's going to only get better and better as this thing gets out of beta. So wow, I mean, kudos to them for getting this out there.
It's pretty
excited.
Cool. It's probably one of my most excited like features ever in Illustrator.
Yeah, and get creative with it too, because I think there's no end to. You've got text, you've got anything you've converted to outline and path, right? Even like this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
To see, I know it works good on type only. Sometimes type with border, it just turns it the way you would expect it to, you know?
Yes.
Look at that. So even if you do just type, I think what you'll get is a little bit of 3-dimension.
Yeah, this is gonna be crazy because this is 100% gonna break it, chat. So don't be like it doesn't work. I like intentionally am breaking it right now. This is like a graphic style on the text.
Oh,
and so I'm curious what it's gonna do. I love when new tools come out to be like, okay, how can I break this and will it look
cool?
Did
they check this, right? Graphic styles, can that work too?
Well, because I think that it would do a turntable on the vectors, but then like I'm curious what it's gonna do with the idea of having a graphic style pushed on top of the vectors that are.
I don't think it could technically do anything unless it did expand it in the background, right? Like the same way you would take it off of the graphic style and expand it to in appearance.
Yep.
Maybe.
All
right, let's see.
Let's find out. Here we go.
Oh, which one did you do? That one?
I did this one. Okay, object. Okay, let's see what happens. Oh, hey. I mean, like, it didn't do bad. It definitely made it into like 3D.
I love that the yellow is continuing on the backside. It looks like it's almost like you see how it pops through there. Yeah. But guys, if you need, like, this is great too. If you're not really good at the XY thing when you go into 3D, I know sometimes I'm trying to get the perfect angle for dropping, like, let's say you want to drop this on a mock-up really quick or on the outside or exterior of a building. This, to me, I think you could do it right over the image. You can place an image in Photoshop, in Illustrator.
Yep.
And find the right spot. That's really cool.
I am curious, just because I'm curious.
Did you do Visa or no?
I'm going to do it. Oh, yeah, let's do Visa.
Oh, I thought that's the one you were doing because I thought that was a graphic style, but Crayola was too.
Yeah, I expanded this, and I'm curious what's going to happen with the expanded version to see if it's any different.
Oh, are you going to get all those other things?
Yeah. At this point, chat, we're just trying things, but I'm very curious to see, is it going to be better with an expanded, or is it not going to matter, and we can put graphic styles on things, and it should be fine. I would think that it's going to do better right now when it is expanded, because it will be working with the actual vectors.
Yeah.
And not having to like think through.
Gotcha.
This is so good, especially for just like brushing out ideas. It's definitely not perfect and it's in beta, but being able to like have a character flat and then take it to perspective, I think is so hard for some people.
Oh yeah. I think too, like taking original drawings and things that are more like doodles and sketches, and same way Firefly can take a lot of those things and turn it into something fun. Oh, that's pretty smooth.
I mean, it did fine with it. It did this pretty much the same without it being outlined. So I think either way, it did pretty good.
If you do wireframe now, do you see all of the other elements, or it simplified it?
Oh yeah, it totally expanded it. It expanded it in the background, because this one is the same thing that it has.
And
like,
it has a lot more. Yeah. Okay.
Sweet.
Not bad, man.
Yeah. So Cool new tool available right here in the Illustrator beta. If you want to go get it, please go play around with it.
Yeah, you can also, I think it pops up in properties panel as well.
Oh.
And it's like, yeah, it has, and it might even be, I'm not sure if it's in contextual bar, but I found it when I had something selected and properties was on.
Uh-huh. Oh, it's right here. Yeah.
Up. There you go.
Look at that. Magic.
At that. They want you to try it.
They do. They're like, hey,
they're like, come on.
What if you click this button? What happens?
Take it out for a spin.
Yeah. So go play around. Go play with turntables, a turntable, and I don't know. See what happens. See what you can create. Take an old design and make something new. I think that's what it's really good for. Is like I have this old design.
Yeah.
Let's like reinvent it and see if we can come up with something new based on what we had.
All I can say is, oh, how the tables have turned.
Oh, how the tables have. The lazy Susan. Nick was calling it the lazy Susan, which I think is great.
That's what everyone refers it to. Like, remember, like after Sneaks, they didn't know the name, and it was like, like it's that thing. It was like Lazy Susan for your artwork.
Well, and Adobe with the Sneaks names just being totally unhinged.
Yeah.
Yes. Project
That would have been
Lazy
a fun
Susan. All right.
I think putting lazy in would have probably been the worst. Oh, what?
It's kind of fun,
dude. Oh, look at the highlights on.
Yeah.
It almost kept the Chrome-like vibe that was in the original Vector.
Yeah.
With the highlights and everything.
Yep.
The beveled edge.
Yeah, I'm not mad about it.
I like the way the red swoop is actually more like a blob in the back.
Right. It's just a little bloop. That's cool. And so, I mean, it's just a good way to explore and like see, and I could go in and do all this shading, but like now I have the letter forms. I understand like what it could look like at perspective. I like it.
That's really cool. I think it gives you an element to kind of play with. I think particularly too, like let's say in logo design, when you are showing something off, you can show it in a few of those different angles, and maybe that's an added bonus to the client. Who knows, right?
Yep.
Love it.
Okay, so we are here, and we are going to be talking about the fall semester, chat.
You could create your own design syllabus. You don't have to be in school. You don't have to be like us.
Nick, what is a syllabus? What are you talking about?
I have the best definition of a syllabus. It's the document I finally finish at the end of a semester. Yes. I always put it off. Did you ever like put it off at the beginning of class? Like,
oh yeah.
Look, kids, this is how it is.
It's like
you don't need a syllabus.
Just get in here and do the stuff. We're gonna be fine. Everybody's gonna be okay.
And then it's due, and you're like, oh, okay, I'll put it in.
All right, so we're going to be talking about this today. If you are a student, great. If you're not a student, this is good exercise for you to get ready for this season. It is almost the fall. Is it? Well, today's Pumpkin Spice Latte
September. I want to say it's got to be at least September, right?
Yeah,
for fall.
If the Pumpkin Spice Latte is back, I think it's fall. So happy fall, y'all.
The world according to Starbucks.
So let's hop in here and let's talk about kind of it's a like a reset.
Reset.
Kind of zone.
It's I knew that was coming.
Yeah, it's like a reset.
It's a little bit of a reset.
So why now, Nick? We very much try to be intentional with the content that we bring. Why now? Why?
Yeah.
Why now?
Why now? Okay, think of spring cleaning. Think of all the things that people do where you look to the calendar to say that's a great time for a reset. So the best part I could say is number 2 here. Clients are returning. Everyone's coming back from vacation. School's firing back up. Next thing you know, events are going to ramp up. Deadlines are going to start coming back to your calendar. So what better time to kind of get yourself situated? I even told my students yesterday, a good thing is to clean up your computer and get things like, you know how this is a perfect time to go in and get rid of big files. Maybe if you use one of those kind of cleaning apps to kind of get your cache back on. But this is all coming around the corner, and this is the perfect time to not only like go, and we're going to talk a lot more about like your goals and skills and getting back onto the computer and doing things, but you want to be ready. I think that's the number one thing. Everything's coming up right around the corner.
I 100% agree.
Uh-oh.
Oh man, I got a yawn, chap. I'm working on my coffee.
Yes,
We're there. That was a killer one. It attacked me. I agree. I think that it's a good time to just think of something new, especially going into, to me, like we're almost in the holiday season. Like it's in my brain, like September is like, oh, it's basically holiday season, end of the year, clients, like everybody's kind of like just starting to wrap up. And so this is the last little push before we get into nobody wants to do anything, right? I think that like so November, December, nothing's happening. And so August, September, October, really great time to like push through, get a few last projects in, to get a little bit of that work done. And then we can kind of like chill out. And maybe we do a winter semester that's just us taking office hours off for a little while.
Yes, there you go.
Welcome to the winter semester. We'll see you guys in 2 weeks.
It's just going to be snow falling on a continuous loop.
Yes, 100%. So let's talk about things to do for this kind of like reset in the summer. Skills to sharpen.
Skills to sharpen. Where are you going to start, right? I think the best idea is like, again, I've been off like design boards. It feels like for about a month and a half. It's been like trying to take total like the convenience of not having school in my schedule is great. So now here I am getting back into it. I'm feeling really rusty. So some of the things you could do to really feel sharpened up is we've talked so much about type and different things and features. A few things you can explore. Variable fonts, expressive type, better hierarchy. These are just those things that like, I love the tune-ups, the things that are going to make me feel a little bit more comfortable going back into design and particularly with type. Where was I? I was just talking with someone, they were saying something about like, how do I master type or get to this point with it? And I thought I would never, ever consider myself the master of it in any way because it's the one area I feel like we can always use continuous improvement as designers. Do you agree?
Yes, 100%. You know? Yep. I was just having a conversation with somebody about being a professional and whether or not like a message geared toward like becoming a professional was like off-putting. It's like, oh, since you're a professional, like, does it feel off-putting to like be like, oh, becoming a professional? I'm like, no, I feel like the more professional you are, the more you identify with wanting to be a professional, right?
Oh yeah.
That it's like, cool, I've been doing this forever and like I am a professional in the design industry, but I want to be more of a professional. I want to learn more. I want to keep growing. I want to keep like expanding my professionalness. And I think that for me, like illustration is the big gap for me. I think type is definitely something that I need to always brush up on. I think it is one of my strengths, but I think that I am always so far behind on illustration.
Are you not doing it enough, or is it more like
I don't do it enough.
A lot.
Yeah. I tend to gear toward more type-based stuff. And so I'm like, cool, I'll like play to my strengths or whatever. And so I think that this is a good reminder to sharpen your skills and to go and play around with type, expand. But if you're good with type, try something else. Try to do some illustration. Try a different approach to a project and see kind of what becomes of it.
Yeah. Do you find that like getting into something like the illustration stuff is definitely needed? Or when does a skill set like that become something that you say, oh, I'll hire someone for it if I need to do it? Like, is it more just hobby, or you as the designer that you want to be?
I exist as an imposter syndrome of myself. And so I convince myself that I have to be all the things. So I very much am like, I need to be a better illustrator because I have to illustrate and I have to do all the things. So in theory, I could hire someone else and that is probably the right answer. But I very much am like, I have to be able to do it. And like, I'm not good enough if I don't understand how to illustrate. So yes, that is me putting that on me.
Yeah, there you go. I totally agree.
Welcome to design therapy, everybody.
Yeah, it's going to happen. These next ones, they really kind of relate a lot to what we did last week with type pairings and hierarchy and stuff.
Yep.
Oh, on the previous slide, sorry. So I think that's another thing to do. Your type pairings, choose them as if you were choosing a podcast co-host. Be picky, be selective, get in there, right? Look at us.
Yes.
And then pick headline fonts that match with the body and try those drills are really always great to do. I mean, we looked at Adobe fonts last week and I mean, I used so many of those new ones that we looked at from the RL collection. Remember that?
Yep.
And I've used them. I've had so much fun with that. It's been fantastic. So
yes.
Kudos to the Adobe font team for bringing us such good stuff. And I shared it with a lot of people because I don't know if people are really checking it on the regular.
Yep, you know? 100%. And we did last week, if you missed the episode, we went through and we worked with typography And I think that who was the studio that we used?
It was that RL right there, the one that said it's not just about the same old stories. That purple one.
This one, yes. Oh, there we go. Yes.
And then the artist there and the type designer. If you
So
scroll
we
down.
found this studio that makes fonts, and we just got super obsessed.
Remember that one?
With the fonts. Like this one right here is so good.
I almost want to change the office hours logo again. It's so
hey guys,
good.
welcome back to the 5th rebrand of Office Hours. It's so good. It's really good.
It has the retro vibe of VHS stores and back in it feels 80s and 90s, but then there is such a beautiful, you brought up some really good points of how that font has some beautiful, was it called Camel?
Yep.
The thing about how things go beautifully swoop up and down. It's so good.
The thing that gets me is this eye. This eye is so good.
It really is.
Just a little bowl cut out there.
They killed it. They killed it.
So this is a great way to find new fonts in Adobe Fonts. You also can go to font packs right here, and they're constantly upgrading these and coming up with new ones. Animals and influencers. That's funny. So you can come in here and you can always find new fonts that you may want to use. Don't. Nick, are you a Cortado? Are you a hand lettering person right here?
Well, I don't think I'd use that one.
I don't think. Okay, I was just about to talk about how much I hate fonts like this, and then the more I looked at it, I was like, wait a minute, this one's actually kind of good.
I think you probably immediately, if you think about it for what you would use it for, you're like, but then you're like, if you study it, you could almost grit that and roughen it, and that would be a great almost Halloween script to play with for some fear and some scariness, because it does have. I look for those things. You always talk about it where when you see someone do hand lettering and they use the same E and they didn't use a second version of an E in the hand lettering.
Yep.
Because you would never draw it 100% exactly the same. I like those curved and cursive fonts that look like they have a lot of that variety in them.
I agree. And
those are all good.
I'm not mad about this. This might be someone's I want a hand lettering. This might be my new go-to. Because it's not too much. I think that it's hard to find. If we're gonna go to browse alt chat, and I'm just gonna show you how much and why I hate brush pen fonts. If you go to brush pen right here, and we're just gonna do the classic live, laugh, love.
I feel like I'm walking through a TJ Maxx.
Right? All of these are bad. This one. Well, sorry if you created one of these. Sorry.
Wow.
I hate everything.
The thick and thin, when it has too much variety of thick and thin, I can't. It doesn't work.
It just doesn't work for me. It feels tacky for me. But that one that we had, like this, I'm like, who writes like this?
Well, signs that say "Live, Laugh, Love."
That's 100% true. Actually,
it's gonna be there.
The one that we found was I wasn't mad about it at all. It felt really natural and didn't feel like a kind of crazy version of that hand lettering.
Yes.
What was that called? I'm gonna add it to my fonts right now.
Oh, there it is.
Cortano Regular.
Okay, cool. Love the name. You know what would be a fun thing to do one day is to have either someone we know blindly put together some fonts and just put it on a screen, and it comes on and you and I both have a card and we reveal yay or nay.
Yes.
Because I think it's all about how that font vibes with you, right?
Yep.
You know, it's instant go with your gut with a lot of those.
Yes.
So that would be a fun one.
Boy, will I tell you what my gut is saying.
All
right. So let's talk about number 2, skills to sharpen, layout. Really great idea to kind of step back from design. If you're focused on creating logos, if you're in the weeds, layout is such a broad look that it can help you in every way. Whether it's composition for photography, whether it's actual layout for a magazine or a newspaper, whether it's just how your type works, paying attention to the composition, I think is so important in so many different ways.
Yeah, I just had my students do something for homework last night where they, in the mood board kind of curation of looking for things for inspiration for the brand they're going to create, I included look for layouts and compositions just as much as you would type or color or imagery, because there is something that blends with your attitude, that blends with the personality of the work you're trying to do. And this is probably my weakest part, I think, because I technically use the simplest of kind of grids and columns where I don't push the boundaries a little bit with it. I don't have to do this too much, so maybe that's why. If you're doing this a lot, you probably practice it a lot. But that's why I put go Swiss if you must, because man, that is my favorite kind of vibe when it comes to really good, clean layouts. And then it gives you the room to be spontaneous as well.
Yep,
you know?
100%. And I think there's a lot of like grids that you can play around with that if you're trying to do like unconventional layouts, go and like just draw some slashes through a page and then see like, can I lay out type? Can I lay out image? Can I like, how can I balance this? Right. Just come into Illustrator, find a document and throw out just some of the, like literally just go in here and be like, cool, let's see if this is our document. What happens if our layout is like here? And then there's one here, and then we're maybe trying to find like this line too. How do I balance all these elements on a page, right? And figure out like, how do I break a grid but still make it balanced?
Yeah, I always do a quick, again, do research, look for great grid systems, look for magazine layouts and newspaper. Sometimes I think there was Advertisements of the World or something like that. You know, you can find a lot of these sites that show a ton of great design layouts and everything for your inspiration. And again, you can do exactly what you did. Place it in Illustrator and do what you're doing. Draw boxes and shapes right over it and build your layout.
Yep, 100%. And just see what happens. Like I think it's something that we are missing out on, the experimentation and like seeing what is an idea, right? For working with type, for doing layout. And so like here I was like, oh, it would be really fun if it had this like offset kind of like angle. And so play around and see what could happen. Excuse me, chat. And I think that this is the way that we figure out like new things, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm just playing around and I like had the idea that, where's my fill with placeholder text? There we go.
There you go.
Like had the idea of, cool, I drew this like random grid. What if it like flowed, but it had an offset, right? And so now I'm like, okay, let's see if we made like a path line that goes here. And then maybe this continues on and we have another text box.
Like, or mirrors or something. Yeah.
Yeah. That like another text box is here and now it comes down here, but like the text box is going to go all the way up here. Right.
Yeah.
And so just play around to see like this could be an interesting way of laying out a page. Right. And I'm like, that's super interesting. If we could figure out, you know, what the story is or what the actual like content would be, just playing around with unconventional layouts helps you to understand the principles and like the ideas of layout a lot better. And so same thing, I can fill this with placeholder text and then maybe it's that this comes down and so we have it offset a little bit, right? And like you can really just play around with what does it look like to make this something that is unique, that isn't something that I've seen before.
Don't you like the fact of like doing it just for fun, like you're doing without real content? Because I think sometimes real content means real budget, means real timelines, and
yes.
you don't think as openly as you are playing right now with just shapes and dummy copy.
Yep, 100%.
So much better. So again, if there's an area you are trying to sharpen, the perfect thing to do is practice with just fake content and have a blast.
Nick, I have a question for you now that I'm on the side trail. Do we have text wrapping? Do we have text wrapping on shapes in Illustrator?
No, ooh, good question.
Right? No, right? Is that the answer?
InDesign has it, obviously.
Yeah.
I don't believe it's in, because it's not a document-based layout program. I could see why it should be in there.
No, wait, hold on.
Is it?
Yep, right here. Yes.
No.
Okay, we do.
Look at that.
Chat, I just discovered something new. I did not think that was a feature that we had in Illustrator.
I love the way, look at that. I bet we even covered it and just totally forgot.
Oh, for sure. We've told people that like, hey, you can do this in Illustrator. 100%.
And meanwhile, everyone's listening, us going like, guys, you showed it to us already.
Guys, we only know how to do that because you showed us. Okay, so like, right, this was interesting and fun, and this already is a little bit of an interesting layout for a page, right? And so if this, let's say that this was an image, I'm just gonna put like a, brown dot in it, but then I drew this random grid to practice my layout skills, and then let's pull the text out. That's super interesting,
right?
For like if we were laying out a page, right? Just very different, very interesting. And so play around, see what you can come up with.
Love it.
Okay, look at that. All right, so continuing on, let's talk about consistency. Nick, this is not our forte.
Tell me something we don't know.
Yeah. Welcome everybody.
Yeah.
To our Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday show at 10, 11, 1, 6, sometimes on Fridays. Let's talk about consistency. How do we practice consistency as we go into this new season?
Yeah, I think learn from the projects you actually create for other clients, right? I'm a stickler for consistency when it's a brand or something I'm working on or I've created for a client. I think sometimes where I drop the ball is my own kind of consistency throughout everything else. I have noticed when you do develop like a mini system, and let's say you're working with a brand or a library on Adobe Express, or when you have a library on your Illustrator files, that gets you more set up for success because you've built the mini system. I even mentioned this to students the other day. I was like, don't feel like you're being boring by keeping a system of repeated color, type, tone. That's what's working. That's what's keeping it really consistent. So a great drill you can try is try to design those 3 different social tiles, but make them look different, but they have to come from the same family and belong together in some way. And you see that with so many good brands and their campaigns, particularly, let's say, social media posts, but also think about a series of brands that are in packaging and they're on a shelf. They have a similar look, but there are different things of, regarding maybe the flavor or the variety or the ingredients of that one particular SKU. Yep. So consistency is really fun to mess around with. I think we do it for others, but maybe sometimes we don't do it for ourselves.
Yep, 100%.
I'm getting there with my new brand. My new brand feels it.
Yes, so. I was gonna say, you did a project. We were talking about like different SKUs and like making things kind of like different variations of it.
Yeah.
You did a project with it was like a kombucha or something. Where is this? This is it.
Charmly, I believe.
Yes. Nick, why does my computer never let me use your website?
There it is.
I literally have to like refresh every page. Okay. No, take me here. I want this one. I don't want little Billy's.
I have to change that up. So just a little hint there. I've been using Adobe Express stock video for the behind the scenes of those.
Oh.
But my software, meaning my website, is having some issues and it's not playing automatically. If you go to, I think if you do .com, you want me to give you the URL for that one so we can explore it? Let me try that really quick. All right, cool. There we are. And work. Let's see if I can go to it.
Wait, how can you go to it? Okay.
So it's just do longo.com and then /Charmly.
/Charmly. Okay.
There you go. And yeah, this was like an adaptogenic drink. And it has very slight changes per flavor when you get to the cans. And you'll see the only change is typography, those icons, and that secondary color, the highlight color. And the client was really specific on obviously we wanted consistency, but it's so neat when I see them on shelves. We went through so many versions where we lowered the yellow and pumped up the orange to make sure that they are different, but you risk yellow's a tough one to do on white because it can get lost. Mm-hmm. So it still had to be quite dark. But we kept with 2 to 3 fonts throughout the whole thing. Talk about consistency. I hand did all of the iconography with Fresco on the iPad. So keeping the same brush tip on everything made it look, you talk about not being too up to date with your illustration skills. I have none when it comes to illustration skills. So that let me to be so consistent with all the iconography and making sure it looks the same brush, the same artist, and the same vibe.
So what gets me here, which I think is great, is that we're talking about building systems and like building out that consistency. I love that the colors that are on the cans are now in the merch, right?
Yeah.
That it is converted over into like all this iconography. It's converted into these little call outs. Like it all is pushing through, and they're all different pieces, but it has that consistency all the way through.
I love that. Yeah, one of my favorite things about this is there's no white and there's no black. The can is like this perfect eggshell that took months to figure out, and that is a dark, like hunter green faded back, and it's got very little black in there to make that work. But you could see it in some of the other areas. It's hard to see on the can, but I love those vibes. And again, we kept it. I had to make sure universal kind of like brand in my Illustrator. So when I am starting up something new for them, I know it's automatically the colors that we need, and I won't get anything in there by accident.
Yep. Oh, I love brands that don't have a like black and white. That it is like a augmented version of just like a dark color and a light color.
Yeah,
that's like my favorite. All right,
unless you're going in that route, and that's yes. There's a world there, but I love changing it.
And my biggest brand project we've ever done was just like literally all black and white. So I don't know who I'm talking to. Okay, so talk about consistency. Go practice it. Try to build out a system of things instead of a brand, maybe, right? That it's like, okay, I love that. Maybe this isn't a brand. Maybe it just is a system of how things work and fit together, or a kind of like style guide. You don't have to be building out the specifics of everything. Just go try to build out a system and how it could function.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right. Trends to watch.
Hey,
maximalist nostalgia. Nick, you know me. I love this trend. I'm obsessed.
Andrew says, "Has it ever gone away?
Has it ever gone away?"
That's his like remark to this. I see it, and that is not my style. You guys all know that, but I am seeing it heavily being used so much more. I'm fearful it will be overkill. It's being used so much.
Really?
I know you're like, never say that, Nick. Never say that.
I think that like trends are just so in and out right now because they get used so aggressively.
Yes.
I like looking at the templates to see like what is.
It's in there. Right?
Yeah. What is in, like, we've got some maximalism in here for sure.
Yes.
But I think that the maximalism, I want it to stay. I want more.
I don't think it can go away. I think it will evolve. You know why? It's the same. Why are we using so many fluorescent? Look at that little capture right there. Look how many uses of fluorescent, yellow, and purple and different colors. We are in the most crowded space. We have to stand out, right? Like that's what we're doing as a job. And I think the maximalist thing allows you to shout, but now it's acceptable, right? Now it's like, but that's what branding looks like now. So I think we're going to keep seeing it. It's just going to evolve.
Yep.
You know?
100%. And I'm going to I did maximalist just to see what came up. And there's a lot of stuff going on in here. Ooh, web page templates.
Oh, in Adobe
Express.
Oh, Express. Yeah, there you go.
Which, if we're talking about maximalism being a trend and how I just want to like just hold this in my heart real quick. I haven't changed this website in like 10 years. So if we're talking maximalism, it's still
alive and well.
Just trendsetter. Okay, so let's keep going here. Maximalism, still hot. Nick, what's the next trend?
Type-driven design is leading the charge. Again, I think there's not a lot. If you look at real estate of what you're designing, type is so important now to stand out. You've got to have your message. You got to say communicate what you're trying to feel. And I think type does it so much faster and universally than maybe image does. And so there are more type-driven word marks out there without icons, without graphics, more than ever.
Yep.
I'm just seeing it so much. And I think it's something to balance and make sure it's got to work for the project at hand, but type-driven's everywhere. It's really cool.
Yep.
I love it.
Next is motion and AI mashups are everywhere. I think there's a lot of like taking your logo and then bring it to motion. Firefly image to video is super easy to do this if you have a logo. Actually, let's see if I have.
Do you have an example?
I want to see. We do have a history. Where's the history now? Gallery? No.
Files?
Yes.
Files. There you go.
This is going to give me my generation history.
Oh, cool.
So I can come in here and find, let's see here.
And don't forget, Express does the same thing. That makes it animate really quickly. But what Andrew's showing here is like that fantasy vibe of motion with AI.
Yep.
You could take it to any level.
Okay, so here's a good one. Is I created this logo. This was a black and white image that I did a structure reference on in Firefly to create the lighthouse. So it was like a lighthouse logo. And then we did like a structure reference on it. And then I inputted using Photoshop the first and last frames and then created like this logo animation with the matching the
Did you put in in the style palette, like did you pick a preset? Was that what it was?
No, wait, where's my generation? This isn't mine. This isn't what I want. Stop it.
Just stop right now.
Wait, where'd it go? No, I want it.
Did you click on the, let's see.
This one. I want this one.
Okay.
There we go. Okay,
so I remember this
you can
guy.
see here that I put in, I can put in the last frame was a structure reference using Firefly. And it had created this image that you see down here. And then I had started that with, I removed the frame in Photoshop. So I just had this as the starting image and then used that as the start and the end to create this little like logo animation.
It's like the beginning of a film. Lighthouse Productions.
100%. That's Lighthouse Productions presents. So I think that this is like a really great use of playing around and kind of getting the idea that you want using Firefly. I also like was playing around with Turntable before we had Turntable.
Oh, cool.
And using this idea of putting in a first and last frame that was at different angles. Right? And then using Firefly to generate that video that is in between. So this is basically like what Turntable is doing, is that it has the image at one side, it has the image at the other side, and then it's kind of just mixing in between the two. And so I think that there's a lot to be had using Firefly image to video, especially when we're talking about this idea of like motion and AI mashups.
Dude, Mufasa over there.
Okay, so next up, trend, organic and brutalist combos are sneaking in. Nick, talk to us about this.
All right, so it's a perfect combination. It's like the marriage of everything you love about the brutalist kind of like out there stuff, and there is a little bit of roughness to that. So there was a natural kind of way it was going to blend with organic vibes and things like that. I think we're all just looking for the next combo of two known things, and how do they work together? So again, there's no new ideas, right? But mashing up these things, notice most of these things are kind of in a zone of mashup and kind of combinations. You got to take note. It's really cool.
Yep, 100%. I think that we are in a trend like valley of trying to figure out what is the next trend or what are the next things that are going to make their comeback. I feel like we didn't spend enough time in like the Y2K era.
I know. I think it's done. You're right.
I think it's done. Unfortunately,
you wanted it.
Yeah. What I want. Hold on. Okay, what's it called? It's called. Oh, Nick, there's a specific name for it.
Is it similar?
It's called. Wacky.
Let's see.
Oh, chat. There's a name for it. It's like the Nickelodeon style. It's like Wacky's Zubo or something.
Let's see.
It's
Wacky's wacky
Nickelodeon. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I know the look you're talking about.
Yeah. Look for like wacky Nickelodeon graphic design style name or something. Because it very much is like that slime.
Wacky promo?
Wacky Pomo. That's what it is.
So it's sometimes just stylized as Wacky Pomo, short for Wacky Postmodern, was a marketing aesthetic popular in the early 1990s to the mid 2000s, primarily in children's marketing.
Yep, 100%. So Wacky Pomo is this.
Oh, here, let's see.
So it's all of this crazy stuff that you probably remember from when you were a kid or like that Nickelodeon like 90s era. Like this is what we're looking for. Like I want this style to come back and I think that it's going to. Like I think that we're close to getting back into the Wacky Pomo kind of zone.
Oh, I love it. What was the other one? Oh, Scrumbo. Have you ever heard of Scrumbo?
Scrumbo?
Yeah, so this was
No.
the total mismatch of things. Let's see if we can get Scrumbo style. I'll do images so you can see. It was Justin Bieber, Pete Davidson, Shia LaBeouf, all these people at Post Malone showing up with like purposely unmatching things. Like how different can we get with the shirt, the pants, the shoes, the hat?
I'm into that.
And
Of just clashing.
it's the best name too, Scrumbo. It's like SCUMBR.
We're going Scrumbo and we're going Wacky Pomo. Wacky
That's our
Pomo
predictions.
Scrumbo.
That's our
Chat.
predictions.
You got it here. All right. So
Will be
moving
all
right
the
along,
rage
let's
in
talk
January.
about as we continue our fall, summer. No,
Fall
Please
curriculum.
help me. What are some new tools that we can try?
Hey, you guys, we've been covering all these. Use Adobe Express for the rapid prototyping. If you got to do things fast and quick, and like we talked about too, one format in 6 different shapes and sizes, it's got it made for you. Firefly has been a go-to for concepting and different iterations.
Using boards, chat. If you haven't used Firefly boards,
Right?
super
Yeah.
great for brainstorming.
You can fuse and mesh different shapes and almost create your own new thing. And I think that's a game changer there, which is fantastic. We've seen all of the fun stuff, our new Lazy Susan feature in Illustrator,
Yes.
retype, mockup. I use retype probably 5 times a day.
Oh, yeah.
Easily.
Oh, easily.
Gosh, and then mockup is that quick way. If I already have the artboard and it's got all the graphics and everything on there, I find a hat, I find a tote bag, I do whatever, and I'm making mockup things in, fraction of the time. And so that's great. The last one, how many times have you heard this, but your Notes app is literally becoming I've been hearing great
Yes.
stuff go on YouTube and search like how to use Notes app to your full benefits.
Yep.
Oh, it's a whole other level. Like it is becoming the best. I use it all the time.
Do you throw your like random ideas into a Notes app?
Yes, and I bought a app. I think it was only like $2, but it's a red button that shows up on your home screen. And when you press it, it just records your voice memo and it automatically puts it in your Notes app.
Yep. Okay, so
Great.
I have one that is just random ideas that I have, and I figured I'd open it in chat. You can steal something because like I haven't done any of those ideas, so you can steal them. I have a fashion show where the cars and the models are made of the same fabrics.
Okay.
Art gallery collaboration with Jeep where it's car doors, but everything is painted with mud.
Okay.
Let's see what else we have in here.
Ooh,
Corn on the cob, but it's teeth. That's
welcome to Andrew's
welcome.
world.
Yep. Let's see here. Nick, the ideas that I have. So, photo shoot with sandwiches where the insides are on the outsides. What?
Oh, that's so it's almost like a reverse sushi roll.
It's a reverse sushi roll. Yeah,
like
yeah.
the rice is in the middle and all the fillings are on the outside.
Yep. I actually did this idea at a conference once. Take other people's business cards and print over them with my info. I created a stamp, and then people would give me their business cards, and I would stamp my info onto their business cards and then rehand them out.
Here's my latest entries are all food and all fall. So fall high protein salads, fall autumn quick rolled oats recipes.
Yes.
And then I have to have my favorite pumpkin lasagna soup.
Ooh, yum. So,
Damn.
Use your Notes app, people.
Yes.
Okay, continuing on, let's talk about portfolio, glow-ups. Pick a project to redo, to reshoot, turn it into a carousel, not a case study, and get it on Behance and LinkedIn by October. These are easy.
Dare I say September?
September, why not?
Come on.
And if you need help,
we're giving you too much.
Nick, we haven't talked about this, but we're going to be doing a little info with Behance about how to set up your Behance profile, how to make a case study and whatnot. So keep an eye out for that in September. Nick and I are going to be doing that, and it will be over on Behance. We'll talk about it later, Nick. I see. I tell everyone else about the things we're doing before Nick has even agreed to do
finds
them.
out last.
Yeah, Nick finds out last. But there will be
That's
some
fine.
guides created by yours truly and office hours helping you to start your Behance portfolios.
Yay.
If you want to kind of level up that side of things. All right, let's talk real quick about personal projects. Who is your fake client this fall? Nick, do you have one? Any personal projects you want to work on?
I would love to. I might do a project along with my students, and it is a original idea for a music festival.
Ooh, fun.
Because I've never played in that genre, and I want to have some fun with it, particularly in type and everything. I'm going to try that. Are you looking at anything specific?
I'm going to do a card game.
Yeah.
I'm making a card game. I'm working on a card game
Wonderful.
for my next birthday project. So
Oh,
it'll probably
talk to our
release-
buddy Chris Porter, man. He's the king.
Yep.
Yeah.
It'll probably be
Love that.
in April. But I'm going to do a card game that is a fun idea that I had. I actually created a first pack of them for a conference that I did for a workshop, and it went well and it was fun. So it's been in the back of my mind to do a further version of the card game. So
Cool.
Yeah, you heard it here, chat. I'll be trying to launch it.
Hold him accountable. Hold him accountable.
I want to forget about it and not have to do it. Okay, start a mini brand, a zine, a packaging line, or a poster series.
I love that. I did a poster series last month just for fun.
Yes.
It was the best. Again, like talk about a blank canvas and it's all you.
Yep.
It was so much fun, dude.
It's so
I want to
fun.
do more of that. Love that.
I love the idea of creating posters for movies that I see. I love movies. And so I love the idea of just like sketching out like little basic ideas for movies that I see of like what could an alternate movie poster look like for that movie and the experience that I had.
Heck yeah.
And yes, keep it consistent. Finish it and share the heck out of it. Post it on socials. Post it on Behance. Share it with your friends.
That's why we're here.
And
That's
with
why
us.
we're here. We want to see it. We want to see
it.
what you make.
Show us what you got. All right, fall theme prompts. Here we go. These are some things that you can do if you want to try out some new ideas, and maybe you can do these in Discord. And our Discord is, let's see if it pops up. Benny, do you have that link for us?
Come on, buddy.
Thanks, buddy.
Hey.
Discord.gg/ACC is where you can get that. And you can maybe take on some of these prompts. So, Nick, what is our first prompt that we want our friends to do maybe as homework this week?
If you're in school, redesign a brand campus club. And if you're not, do something new. What's that startup? Just like Andrew was saying, what he wants to do with the cards. Find something new that you've always been wanting to do and ignite it today. What's next?
Design a fall-themed coffee packaging system. I love that. I have designed mine. It is clear mug, Golden Girls mug, and then Starbucks cup. This is my coffee system. And then also
I've got
maybe
my
a
shaker
crop
and my
mug here. Yeah.
Have you tried the metal solo cups?
No.
Oh my gosh, these are the best. They keep things cold for like ever. They're so good.
Are you
and they're just like
iced coffee guy, or do you like hot coffee?
Oh, both. I have to start with the hot,
Todos.
and then it goes right to cold. Yes, have to do it.
Okay, next, create a carousel teaching a design principle in 4 slides. This is so easy to do in Adobe Express. There's a template. Like, you know, this one shouldn't even be on the list. It's so easy. Literally, you can use a template in Adobe Express, create a carousel, 4 slides, teach me a design principle. Nick, what would be the principle that you would teach?
I'm really in the curation thing right now. So how to curate your next project, how to find all the elements before you build a mood board.
I would do how to I would talk about scale and repetition. I think that those are that's like something that's core to my design practice that I'm like, I think that is like core values of my style. And so I'd want to talk about like how to incorporate scale and repetition into your design systems.
I dig that, dude. That's so you. Yes.
Okay, and then last one, design a type-only cover of your favorite fall song. Ooh, I like
those
that.
are always good. I know I see a lot of people doing animation for lyrics. I believe.
Yeah.
So there's another thing. You could do that in Express with animation and full blocks of copy. There's so many cool ways you can enter the font and the letter by letter, whatever you want to do. There's that morph one. So much fun.
Yep. So go and play around with these and thrive in your fall semester, heading into the fall season. For those of you that are going to stick around, please do. We are actually, I think, heading over to Twitch. There will be some content happening over on Twitch. So we're all going to head over there. We can't do like a proper raid, but like let's try to do a raid.
Back in the days.
Yeah. So everybody head over to Twitch. Thank you so much. We will see you next week for another episode of Adobe Office Hours. Nick, any advice to our friends going out and getting into the fall season?
Just share with us on Discord anything you create from today's episode.
100%. Yep. And tag us on socials if you want. I am HOCHDOTCO, hawk.co. And Nick, you are?
Longo Designs.
That's it. So we will see you next week for another episode of Adobe Office Hours. Bye, everybody.
Bye.